Hello, this is Ron Stallworth calling. Well, who am I speaking with?
This is David Duke.
Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. That David Duke?
God. Last time I checked. What can I do you for?
Well, since you asked, I hate blacks. I hate Jews, Mexicans and Irish, Italians and Chinese.
Wow.
John David Washington stars in Spike Lee's powerful new film, BlacKkKlansman. It opens this Friday. Everybody should go see it.
Well, you better get used to hearing his name because John has 4 feature films due out this fall. He joins us now from New York. Hey, John, great to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you. How y'all doing today?
I got to say, we are huge fans here. When we watched, you know, the parts that we've seen in the movie, and Melissa saw it all. My link expired. I'm sorry, John David.
Oh, no.
I watched the whole thing.
That's right, because we're going to go buy tickets this Friday. It's all good.
And I will still go buy
Yeah.
tickets, and I will make everyone I know buy tickets because it is absolutely incredible, amazing, and you are just stellar and brilliant. And I'm gushing, and I'm still processing how amazing that movie was.
Can we start from the
fact that
beginning?
It's real, right?
Yeah.
This is a true story. You infiltrate, you play an undercover agent, and you infiltrate the KKK. Where did all of this come from, this story?
From Ron Stallworth himself. He was a detective. He was the first African-American detective in Colorado Springs. They say it in the film. He's like the Jackie Robinson of detectives back then. And, you know, he had a book out that I got a hold of the book and couldn't believe it was real. The elevator pitch, if you hear it, you think, oh, this sounds familiar, like Dave Chappelle's skit, but this is it's a true story.
That's what I felt when I saw it. I'm like, no way this is true. What did you learn about the KKK from playing this part?
How organized they are. You know, this sort of lexicon, this institution of hate that is generational, that's been able to be passed on from generations to generations, and the resurgence of that Klan, from Birth of a Nation film that was shown in the White House to David Duke putting a nice, clean, fresh, nice guy, neighborly face to hate, you know, and where we are now today, you know. So the film sort of travels through all of that and shows or reminds people of what hate sounds like. So a lot of the language is not in this clip. It's the cleaner version.
Right.
But the album version is way harsher with the words, but it was on purpose. It was necessary because that is the vernacular of hate.
And speaking of that, because that's something I took away from it too, is that there are scenes that are really powerful, using a lot of language. And like you said, I think you needed to hear that. What was it like between takes? Like, did you have to walk away? Could you all? I'm just curious, what was it like between takes during those kind of scenes?
Yeah, well, because Spike Lee's at the helm, I was extremely comfortable and confident in what I was doing because he knows what he's doing. He's been doing it for decades. The hardest day, though, for me was there's a banquet scene that happens. I don't want to give the movie away, but that felt the most authentic. And when you're just sort of surrounded by all that hate, that was a rough day. And I remember calling Ron afterwards because he really did that, which you'll see in the film, and thanked him. You know, I felt like he's a true hero. You know, to be able to stare hate and death in the eyes like that is incredible to me.
You talk about talking to him on the phone, but did you actually have a chance to meet him? Did you have an opportunity to interact with him before you started filming?
Yeah, I did actually. He came, Spike, I think it was on purpose. He didn't want me to meet him too early, which I appreciated. But at the table read, he was there and he shared his story and he passed around his Ku Klux Klan membership card. Wow. He is a member of the Ku Klux Klan. It's like on the back of it, it's like these rules of Fight Club, like first rule, second, like it was crazy, signed by David Duke himself.
Insane.
So
Wow.
It was insane. It was, and that kind of that really brought it home for me too, holding that card.
And I'm thinking of for you, I mean, this is one of, you're very busy now. You've got, as we mentioned, 4 feature films coming out, but this is where we're getting you've been in Ballers and shows, but this is our first real introduction. You're working with Spike Lee, who I know you're sort of childhood friends. You grew up, I mean, he knows you, of course. Well, I think you grew up,
we're from the same
neighborhood. Under his eye a little bit, right?
Right. No, it was a heck of an opportunity, obviously, and I don't think this film could have been told by anybody else. You know, I think he understands tonally what this film is, and it was a liberating experience from an artist perspective because of the freedom I was afforded by him to make choices and just be present and don't skip any steps, no false moments, and it was easier to do that because of the freedom and the trust that permeated throughout the set. So it made it a fluid process.
I mean, I just have to ask you. I loved the move you did and the scene, the kung fu move when you know that either you were frustrated. I mean, John David, could I just maybe see just a tiny little bit of it, just a tiny little bit?
No, see, that's Ron. Ron did that. I don't know, John David. I don't do karate. Ron did that. You know what I'm saying? You got to ask him to do it. I mean, but like a lot of times, he loved kung fu movies back in the day. I did a lot of research. A lot of those kind of films were big in his community. In our community, I should say. So I just went for it.
Yeah,
so
well,
I couldn't do it now, though.
It was little moments like that. Your attention to detail too. And I went on after I watched the movie. I went and listened to Ron's NPR interview. I ordered the book on Amazon. I was just
Oh, cool.
We're here in California.
Nothing like it.
Behold.
I never took you for an action sports guy, because I'm not.
Yeah, so in addition to starring in Spike Lee's new film, The BlacKkKlansman, Washington also stars alongside The Rock in HBO's The Ballers, which returns Sunday. What is Ricky about to do? Like, I mean, he's got problems this season, right?
Listen, he's misunderstood, all right? He just needs a little love. And what you're gonna see is a failed attempt at maturity.
Right. He's trying, though, I suppose.
He's trying. He's doing the best he can with what he got.
I do want to talk to you more about Ballers, but before we do that, I have a question I want to ask you about The BlacKkKlansman, because I feel like it's you've got Spike Lee, black man, who is directing. You've got a black and a white man as the leads, and I think that a lot of people, they look at the film and they're going to say, BlacKkKlansman, that's not for me. This is a movie, I'm going to sit this one out. What do you say to those people who maybe feel like this is just going to be one of those black movies?
Well, I mean, it's really a history lesson. You know, it's American history. So no matter what color you are, if you're from here, if you live here, you want to know about what land you live in, what land you stand on, then you should definitely go see this movie. And the presentation, the package delivery of many messages in this film is in an entertainment capacity. You know, it's very entertaining. It's just a good time at the movies on a Friday night. But then, you know, as you get hit with all these these true events, you start realizing what's going on and get beneath the surface of what this country has done.
Well, including Charlottesville was included in the movie as well. How important was adding that into the whole narrative?
Yeah, I mean, when we were filming the movie, we had no idea it was going to be added. So when I saw the film for the first time, it took a lot for me to, I cried when I got in the car. You know, I held it together in the theater.
Yeah.
But like, you don't cry when you get in the car. So like, yeah, I was, it was necessary, and it ties in again the generational hatred that spewed I was talking about earlier, like how this is still a huge issue, a major issue in this country.
I'm thinking about your parents, Denzel Washington and Pauletta. What was it like for the screening for them when they saw you in this film?
Oh, no, it was great. They were proud parents. My mom, she had seen it like 3 times. She went to the Cannes Film Festival, and she was partying like a rock star because she was proud of her son. Yeah, she was, my siblings, we had to walk her to her hotel room that night because she was very excited.
But you guys won the Grand Prix, right, that year? You won.
Yeah. We won the Grand Prix, yeah.
That's right.
I love it. Music. We did that. We did that.
We did
now,
that.
No, you said it. I'm agree. Yeah, that happened. Just confirming.
I'm just like your mom. I'm proud of you. I saw the movie, and it is fantastic, and everyone should go see it.
John David, I have to say, so I was with your father at the Equalizer 2 premiere, and it was like the first sequel conversation, and I joked, but I was serious with he and Antoine Fuqua about you being in the prequel for Training Day.
Agent.
Like,
oh, wow.
Like,
wow.
They both loved the idea. Denzel said you would never do it, but I think there's something, we got something here, brother.
You know how much pressure that is? Now, that's pressure. Working with Spike Lee is one thing, but like, that's a classic film, one that'll stand the test of time.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
If anybody can handle the pressure, my money's on you, John David.
Exactly.
Well,
John David, before we let you go, does anybody say you sound exactly like your dad? Do you get that all the time? Your voice, if I close my eyes,
he's like, oh, you.
I sound just like my mom, Bug. So I think
I sound like my grandfather.
Even I said, yeah, right there. You sound just like
Denzel
your dad.
the first. Yeah.
There it is.
I've heard it before.
Congratulations with everything you got going on. BlacKkKlansman opens in theaters Friday, and season 4 of Ballers returns Sunday night at 10 over on HBO.